definitely everybody that walks into the garage here is like, hey, what are those? What does that do? So
Tesla gets a lot of attention for their sexy vehicles, but their energy sector is just as important, and I think it's time we talk about it a little bit more. Powerwalls work to make your family money while you do nothing, and it supports the grid, which we know here in Texas can be especially important. I was scrolling on X the other day, and I saw these paychecks from Tesla to a customer, so I wanted to know what this was about. Now, this customer, Marcus, lives in California, and he participates in the virtual power plant program. So I wanted to hear from someone who's actually installed Powerwalls, also who uses Tesla Solar, and who's now getting money back from Tesla.
The reason I reached out to you is I saw your post about making money from your Powerwalls, correct?
yes, yeah.
And this was through the virtual power plant. And it was something that I think they're testing out here in Houston. I wanted to do a story about it a few months ago and I never got the chance. At the bottom of your check, it says that this money is from the VPP. So Tell us what that means for someone who's completely unaware and why it's benefiting you.
So Tesla and PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, is my electric and gas provider. They teamed up and they do what they call a virtual power plant. Basically, it's taking all these batteries that you have sitting at home, and when the grid's in a time of need, when the demand's really high, it's just one of the different demand response programs, they call them. Some of them are like Ohm Connect. But basically what they do is they take the batteries and discharge them back into the grid and help to basically pay the owner for those kilowatt hours, but then support the grid in a time of need with some clean electricity that's, not from a peaker plant, which typically is like your most expensive and your dirtiest electricity in terms of what's supplied to the grid. So beneficial for the power companies and also for the customers too.
Yeah, and it doesn't disrupt your service or anything like that, correct?
No, not at all. You can't even tell it's happening, to be totally honest. Basically, you just get the notification on your phone and the event goes on. Typically, they're about 3 hours or so. Sometimes they can be an hour. It just kind of depends. The Powerwalls themselves just control everything. You don't have to do anything. We do some things to kind of reduce our electricity usage during the events, but you don't have to do those.
He said last year they made almost $600 from Tesla, and he expects that they'll be able to pay off their system entirely in about 5 years. He says they also have 2 electric vehicles, so in addition to being paid for their electricity, they also don't have to pay to fuel their cars throughout the year. Assuming they drive 25,000 miles a year at 40 miles per gallon, that could be about $2,500 that they save yearly. But probably the best part of having Powerwalls is that they don't have to deal with their power being shut off when everyone else in the neighborhood is dealing with that. Marcus says they lost power during their daughter's first birthday party last year, and they didn't notice because the Powerwalls kept everything going. So you might be wondering, how much did they pay for the Powerwall system? Marcus says that they paid $40,000 after the federal tax credit. So while it will take about 5 years to pay off, after that, it'll provide $7,000 worth of electricity for their vehicles and their home, and this will last another 20 to 25 years. It is an investment, but it's a wise one, and it makes you energy independent. And now you can actually save because there's a rebate for anyone who orders Powerwalls with my referral code or anyone else who has a Tesla referral code. So that will be linked in the comments if this is something you're interested in.
We think about Tesla as the sexy cars, literally the sexy, S3, X, and Y, and now Cybertruck. But this whole energy component of Tesla is huge. And I don't think it gets a lot of attention because, it's just not as maybe eye-catching. So how long have you had these Powerwalls? And I guess, what would you say to someone who maybe is interested, but they haven't done much digging into this?
We had our system installed in August of 2021. Okay. So we've had it coming up on 3 years now. We basically moved into this house here, and with PG&E, our electricity rates are around 50 cents a kilowatt hour. So we had maybe 1 or 2 summer bills that were approaching $1,000 just running the AC how we normally do. And we're a 2 Tesla family. So, we're charging at home and using them a bunch. So yeah, we had about $1,000 bill twice in a row. And I said, you know what, there's got to be a better way than this, and looked at Tesla's website and signed up. And they actually just did the site survey online. Like, you just submitted some pictures for them. And then they design it, you accept the design, and within 2 months, we had the installers out and putting solar panels up and the Powerwalls behind us.
Okay, so do you have solar panels or a solar roof?
We have panels. We're in a relatively newer house. It's only about 6 or 7 years old, so it didn't financially make sense to do the roof.
Okay, but you do have the panels, which, I mean, you're like fully integrated over here. Do you have Starlink?
We don't have Starlink. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just not cost effective for us here. We have pretty cheap internet that's, relatively quick, but I wish we could.
Well, I was going to say, you're in California, right?
Correct.
Northern, southern, which one?
We're in a Sacramento suburb.
Okay.
Northern.
So for you to be getting bills that are around $1,000, you're not even somewhere like Texas, where it would probably be way more, right?
Yeah. We get pretty hot here in the summer. It gets into I think Sacramento is one of the sunniest areas. So, we get into the 110s or so, and it gets pretty scorching out here. So
now, Marcus is part of the Tesla virtual power plant with PG&E in California. If you become a part of the Tesla virtual power plant with PG&E, your Powerwall will be dispatched when the grid needs emergency support. Now, through the emergency load reduction program, you will receive $2 for every additional kilowatt hour your Powerwall delivers during an event. You can also adjust the backup reserve to set your contribution while maintaining backup energy for outages. And Tesla is trying a beta version of this here in Texas. The Tesla Electric Virtual Power Plant beta with ERCOT is also open to Powerwall owners. Now, for the Texas program, you have to have Powerwall 2 at your energy site. And participation in the Tesla Electric VPP in Texas will earn you $10 per Powerwall per month as a credit on your monthly electric bill. You'll still earn your monthly sellback credits for any energy sent back to the grid, and your compensation depends on the number of Powerwalls in your home that you have enrolled in Tesla Electric. Now, as the program progresses, you can expect to see your credit become proportional to your level of participation, dictated by your backup reserve and energy capacity.
Well, tell me about, obviously, this has an upfront cost. You're hoping to make your money back eventually. So maybe give me an idea of what that timeline looks like, how much you invested, and maybe some of the perks that you've had. I know that we just saw and you shared that you can now get $500 off if you use someone's referral code.
When we installed in 2021 there, basically it was 10% down. For our system, we have 12.24 kilowatt in panels, which is like 36 340 watt panels. Tesla now has some bigger panels, so it won't be as many, but basically they'll size out your system based on your usage. So we did the panels, and then we did 3 Powerwalls. When I did it, Powerwall 2s and pluses were the only ones available. Now they have Powerwall 3s, which kind of changes the calculations. I wanted a whole house backup, so we needed a couple of these to support that. The Powerwall 3 in itself, really you only need one now to support your whole house backup. So we did 3 of these, but in total our system was about $55,000. Back then, the tax credit was 26%. Now it's gone up to 30%. So even though, everything's a little bit more expensive, the credit has gone up too. So we put 10% down. It was about $5,500. That was in August. And then basically that next year when we filed our taxes, we got about $15,000 back. So for the first 2 years that we had our system, we didn't have any basically money out for the system. I don't know how to say that any better, but it was all that tax credit for the first 2 years or so. So that was pretty convenient.
And I'm sorry if you already said it, what was the total cost?
Total cost out the door with the tax credit applied was about $40,000, just a hair over $40,000. Now with PG&E, we spend, if we didn't have the system, it'd be about $7,500 a year in electric costs. So our payback period for it is about 5 years or so. It's relatively quick, even with the Powerwalls.
Wow. So meaning that in about 5 years, you will have your system paid off, and then you'll just you'll be earning money back from the virtual power plant?
Yeah, like Elon Musk says, they're actually money printers. So, I mean, paying bills, and it's just money into our pocket that we're not giving to PG&E for, you know, nothing in return other than the electricity. So it's an
Right.
investment in your house. It's definitely a lot of money up front, but totally worth it. Totally
Yeah.
worth it.
No, it definitely seems like something if you can, get together the money to do it in the first place, that it will pay off.
Mm.
That's awesome. I feel like not a lot of people, you're the first person that I've seen to actually post like a check from Tesla. And do you find that not a lot of people are doing this or are aware?
When we started doing the power plants last year, it really wasn't too large of a program. In the app, you can kind of watch, and the numbers have just gone up and up and up as the years have gone by here. It's, with the advent of Tesla Electric too, I think it's become definitely much more prominent because it's just with Tesla Electric in Texas there, I mean, you can make a bunch of money when the grid needs it. I think it's like $5 a kilowatt hour that they'll pay you at some point. So like having the three of these, it's about 40 kilowatt hours. Dumping those into the grid is $200. And that's a lot of money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just moved into this house that I'm renting. I'll be here probably about a year, but when I buy a house, now I want to get them because I do live in Texas. So it sounds like it really would be a good benefit. In fact, I bought my Model 3 last year and I still haven't done my taxes yet, but I'll get that $7,500 credit. So, it is exciting with the incentives involved for sure.
Oh yeah, and I think they also in Texas it's like $25 a month for unlimited charging overnight. So I mean, if
Oh.
you're somebody that's constantly on the road, it definitely makes sense too.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. My third most watched video on my channel is about a Tesla solar roof. It has almost 400,000 views. And I think it's just because, people are interested in it. Not a lot of people are doing it and they just want information. So that's kind of why I wanted to share your story, and you're making your own content about this. I really appreciate the thread that you made as well on your X accounts because you really spell it out.
Yeah, when we got the system, I kind of went on YouTube trying to figure out, is there somebody doing this that I can learn from? Because I didn't know what size system I would need or how to kind of go about it. So I couldn't find anybody, and I kind of figured, hey, like, this is something that I know I wanted to look at and kind of learn about. So hopefully, my videos can be dry sometimes just looking at data, but I love looking at the data, and, hopefully people find some meaning or it helps them out and, make a decision, one way or the other.
Right. Well, I will definitely plug your channel. And it kind of sounds like the beginning of my story on YouTube, which was Starlink was fairly new in the Better Than Nothing beta days. I started making content about that because I didn't see anyone else with the dedicated channel. So now you can be the dedicated Powerwall guy.
I hope so. I hope so.
That's what you want. Was there anything that surprised you about actually having the system that you maybe weren't expecting or didn't know about?
Things that were surprising. It's for me we're in PG&E country, so we have a lot of those power safety shutoffs. And one of those things that was just kind of funny was like the power goes out in the entire neighborhood, and we're the only house with lights on. So the neighbors come by the next day like, hey, what are you doing? Like, how are the lights on? And, you hear some of the other neighbors with the generators on, and we don't have to listen to that at all or have one, running next to our house. That was always fun. But for me, I think it's just amazing how seamless everything kind of is. Even when we do have the power outages, you generally don't even notice it's happening. It just kind of flicks over and that's it,
Great.
And once it comes back, once the grid comes back, it just switches right back over and takes care of itself.
Right. Well, and we know, I went to see Elon speak in person last June. And electricity is just such an important commodity. And so if more people can have these in their homes, I think we'll all benefit.
Yeah, I think the Cybertruck is really going to be interesting because you essentially have, a 100 kilowatt hour plus battery that once we get PowerShare installed in the house, once we get our Cybertruck in a couple of years, I'm assuming, it's an additional, Powerwall on wheels. And I think that even if they're not allowed to be used for the virtual power plant programs, people kind of see the benefit of having this, storage that you can, go charge somewhere else and then come back. And if there's an issue with your electricity or your house, you always have a backup. You don't have to worry about food spoiling in your fridge, if the power goes out or, anything like that. So I think just having the batteries in the house, it's just amazing what you can do. I mean, the virtual power plant programs is very lucrative, but having the no bills from PG&E and then at the same time having the backup, just in case PG&E decides to shut power off is fantastic too. So
do you know when did you get your first check back from Tesla? And do you know roughly how much you've gotten back just in those checks from the VPP?
So last year was the first check we got back. Well, it was last March. They basically send them at March of every year. That was for 2022. That was about 280 or 290 kilowatt hours at that $2 per kilowatt hour. So that check was around $575. This past year, they didn't utilize the program as much. It was only about 20 hours of events. It wasn't as hot. And that check should be around $380. So about $1,000 for 2 years of participation in the program. And that's on top of the true up checks that we also get because our system, despite having 2 EVs, actually we produce an excess still and sell back to the grid. So we'll get a couple $100 in a check back this year. We had about $250 last year from excess solar back to the grid.
Oh, so that's separate from the Powerwall. That's solar as a category.
Yes. The VPs would be just the batteries, the solar itself. Once you produce an excess, it's only about a nickel per kilowatt hour that they give you, as opposed to charging you 50 cents per kilowatt hour. So it does take quite a bit to get a big check. But
yeah, but I didn't know that you could also make money from solar.
Yeah, we were paying about $400 a month when we had the system and had the loan out for the system. And essentially the system kind of pays for 2 of those payments, every year on its own, which is fantastic.
Wow. Yeah, I really hope that we can, educate more people about this because it seems just like kind of a no-brainer to me.
Yep, I agree. I think that just once we get more batteries in the houses and people see just how nice it is to have it, although it is, an upfront cost, I think that the utility of it just makes it worth it.
Right.
It'll just expand and expand.
Right. And they look cool.
Oh yeah. These ones aren't the newest ones. Now they have like the light up Tesla logo and everything in it. Yeah, it's definitely everybody that walks into the garage here is like, hey, what are those? What does that do? So
yeah, definitely.
You can find me on YouTube. It's Mahkus, Mahkus. I talk about solar, batteries, and basically anything else I find interesting.
So thank you again to Mahkus for the interview. And if this is something that you have the means to afford, really sounds like a great investment. This is something that I definitely plan to install when I buy my own home. As many of you know, I'm renting a new home here in Texas, which offers me access to a garage, which has been great as a Tesla owner, but this will be one step further and very helpful. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Ellie in Space.